There is a term I often use to explain away our woefully inadequate coverage of parts of the country, be it the Northeast, Chhattisgarh or Jharkhand. The term I use is tyranny of distance, to try and explain why so-called national news channels and newspapers do not reflect what is happening in these parts of the country. But does the same term apply to the city of Chennai, one of the largest cities in the country with a population of 7 million, but which has experienced unprecedented rains over the last month, and particularly in the last 24 to 36 hours. In fact, yesterday over 10 hours, Chennai had more rain than the United Kingdom has in an entire year. And the UK is a wet country. But how much of that has actually reflected on air? We've been focusing on intolerant debates inside and outside Parliament, almost to the exclusion of the unfolding tragedy in Chennai. So how do I rationalize this failure on our part? Frankly, it reflects very poorly on us as national news channels. The problem is our horizons are often limited by our geographical location. So if there is waterlogging in Delhi, breaking news. If it's waterlogging in Mumbai, breaking news. But if in Chennai there are floods, it takes 180 people dead across Tamil Nadu for us to wake up. It takes airports to be shut down for us to wake up. And I think that is very troubling, because for a long time there has been a sense that southern India believes that the national capital located in Delhi and the national media has ignored its concerns. And what's happened in Chennai perhaps only confirms their worst fears. In fact, what is more troubling in a way is that the nature of the coverage only confirms a certain north-south divide, where events that take place in and around the national capital get far more coverage, perhaps disproportionate coverage, than what happens in the southern part of India. And the irony, particularly for English news channels and newspapers, is you have a large readership and viewership south of the Vindhyas. What's the solution? I think the solution is changing mindsets. All of us have to recognize that if we want to be national, then news from every part of the country must get space, irrespective of the difficulty sometimes in actually getting that story to the national headquarters. It's a pity that it's taken these terrible floods in Chennai for me to even say this in a blog. But it's something I've reflected on for a long time. Maybe we just need to have two national headquarters, one in Delhi and one maybe south of the Vindhyas, in a Chennai or a Bangalore, one in Mumbai and then one in Kolkata. Maybe we need to truly start understanding the importance of combining the local with the national, and thereby building a truly robust news gathering machine. I just feel at the moment that the focus of most news channels should be on Chennai, to try and help people, to try and ensure that this tragedy is such that it reflects and forces the administration at both state and local and national levels to react to the unfolding disaster in a more robust and meaningful manner. I hope that will happen. All I can promise is that I will ensure that on my show, Chennai, which was my top story yesterday, will remain top of the mind. My thoughts and prayers with the people of Chennai and Tamil Nadu. And let's hope national news channels next time don't need a flood for them to remember that there is an India beyond the Vindhyas. Thanks for listening to me. Do send in your feedback to rajdeepsardesai.net.